Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be working on something for the family, sort of. We are going to be putting in this little guy. Little dual USB charger. It's going to replace the cigarette lighter that is useless because it's not 1973 anymore. Nobody smokes in the car. But we got a family trip coming up. Do it every year, and the kids do nothing but complain that their devices are all dead. So, I'm going to be able to charge at least 2 of them at a time. This is what we got going on. Cigarette lighter, going to be popped out. This little guy is going to be popped in. Comes with all the wiring, a couple butt connectors, and a fuse. The cigarette lighter is already fused, so I think we could probably skip that step. We don't need to put the fuse in if it already has a factory fuse. Just use the factory stuff. Should work perfectly fine. Bought this off of Amazon. I will drop the link down below if you want to get it yourself. Alright, so first things first, getting the cigarette lighter out. Here we are. I have seen guys dismantle the entire center console, starting from the back, Torx bits everywhere. You gotta go up front, pull the panels off, pull the shifter off. Ooh. Pull the shifter off, all the electronics from the inside, all that. Major pain in the ass. I'm not doing that. I have seen from somebody else on YouTube, Colored in Light is his channel. Awesome guy, does Mark 7 stuff, does NC Miata stuff. Very informative. He was able to pop this thing straight out. So that's what we're gonna try. All right, first things first. Now, let's see if we can wiggle that around a little. My absolutely disgusting trim removal tool. And just kind of slowly pry around it, apply some pressure, and see if we can get her to move. Remove my Aldi quarter. I don't need to rent a shopping cart today. Definitely got some movement here. We got a little bit of movement here. It's raised up quite a bit on the passenger side. So we're going to kind of slowly work our way around this. Oop. We got movement. Alright, here we go. Okay, yeah. Looks like it can be pried right out. The passenger side of this is out. Just going to keep applying a little bit of pressure at a time. We don't want to snap any clips, because it is a Volkswagen, although it's a 2020. Their plastics are trash. So, oh, there we have it. Alright, this is going to be kind of hard to film with one hand, but got the voltmeter here, brown, so we got 0 volts. Key on, hear the beep, okay, red. Alright, we got battery voltage. So, switched on, red is power. This is nice because it has, I don't know if the camera's going to pick it up, it's got a little plus, minus, so we have labels for power and for ground. So, clip these, maybe down here, and power right into it. They gave us wiring, and they gave us a fuse block, gave us an inline fuse for it. Probably don't need that. The cigarette lighter already has its own fuse, so if it craps out, we can change the fuse with the factory stuff. We don't need to go dig into the center console to change an inline fuse, which is nice. All right, quick little update. What I did not realize at first, and I realize now, which is pretty nice. This is a nice little Amazon package. Comes with the female connectors. Literally plug and play, which is fantastic. And they gave me a lot of extra wiring. I don't think we need 4.5 feet of it to go right in here. So what I'm going to do, cut these back a little bit. And I also realized my wire strippers that I've had for over 20 years, currently gone. So I'm going to use a razor blade, hopefully not cut myself open. Strip these back, touch them to the same power, make sure this thing works before we plug it in. Alright, so real quick, I cut the ends off of the wires that they gave me. Alright, just kind of stuffed them into the existing holes on the cigarette lighter. And then should have the same power that the cigarette lighter is getting. So we're going to give this a try. Turn the key, see if she lights up. Alright, so I'm not really sure what happened to the audio here. It definitely shit the bed on me. But basically just taking the two jump leads and putting them in the same connection points that are on the cigarette lighter and making sure it lights up with the key. Product. Butt connectors, heat shrink. It doesn't look like much. It doesn't look like it's sealed very well, but it is. This is actually marine grade shrink wrap. So it's got like a glue inside of it that actually melts to the wire. Just marine grade, being that you can't get any water inside of it or anything. So these are super snug, very well sealed, and hopefully it looks a little bit better than a bare butt connect. So one more time, just try it out, make sure everything works still. Hard to see because of the very bright light from the sun, but there we go. We got power. All right, so real quick before I get yelled at in the comments about it. So this here body of this charger is threaded. This is, I guess, like a lock nut. Usually you're supposed to go from the back to keep it locked in place. This hole, however, is slightly smaller, and I mean slightly smaller than the diameter of the charger. So like I said, I did watch another video on this, which actually is what inspired me to get it. Ooh, see, there we go. That's how tight that is. I did watch another video on this. Like I said, the guy Colored in Light, he did it as a press fit. He said it was very snug. And looking at it, I strongly agree with that. I don't think we're going to need the lock nut. What we are going to do, going against my better judgment, I'm just going to stuff it in. All right, so there it is, aligned about as straight as I'm going to get it. I'm sure there's a little bit of wiggle room. Oh man, yeah, that's going to be a tough one to do with one hand. So stand by. Well, it's in. That definitely scared me a little bit. Pushing on it, it just, a lot of pressure, my entire body weight, and then it just slipped right in. I wouldn't say slipped right in, but it went in very quickly. Made a lot of noise, but it went in straight. It went in well. Looks great. Fits perfectly. Let's power up the car. Make sure we still got power. Key on. Boom. Beautiful. Turn it off. All right. So now we're going to go get a USB cable and plug in a phone. Make sure it actually charges. Key on. Beautiful. Got power. Charging. That one's good. Charging again. Both of them work. Wonderful. Let's try one more. Go with the good old factory Apple product. Nice try. Apple is not working. Disregard. It is working. All three of them work. The charger works beautifully. I'm super happy about that. And what I really like is that when you don't want the blue light shining at you in the middle of the night, you cover it up and it looks perfect. Alright, so this is the final fit and finish. Looks damn near factory. Not in the way of anything. It's, ooh, let me see. Can I still get my Aldi quarter in? Beautiful. Alright, looks great. Let's see. Let's see how snug it is, but there's no gap at all. Definitely, it doesn't even move left to right, let alone up and down. Definitely don't need that lock nut on the back. It's more than sufficient. If you wanted to take the entire center console out, you could. I wouldn't recommend doing that because it's a hell of a job. It's not difficult, it's just tedious, and it's honestly, for this, not really worth it. It's a USB charger. It's not going to be under a lot of stress it's really just going to sit there and hold a couple cables. I wouldn't recommend taking the whole center console out. Is it the right way? Yes. Is it necessary? Absolutely not. It's a little nerve-wracking pressing this down into the center console because there was a couple cracks and pops, and it's just, nothing was broken. It's just the center console making noise. And putting 180 pounds on top of it makes you think twice. But it worked fantastically. Don't need the lock nut, and as far as I can tell, it works pretty damn well. Again, I bought it off of Amazon. I'll throw the link down below if you want to buy it yourself. But again, if you like the video, please like the video. It would greatly help out. Till next time.